My name's Michael Wilkerson, and I go to the North Fort Worth campus. Yeah, as a child, I've always believed in God. I went to church as a toddler, a small kid, and then took a long break, and then started going again, probably around fifth grade. I ended up, I don't remember if it was like a Baptist church or anything, but I was saved there. And then after that, I kind of stopped going again. I've always been, into sports. I played sports as a kid. I mean, you name it, I played it. My dream was to become a professional athlete. That was always just a dream of mine. I was good at every sport I did, and still am. My parents divorced probably around, 11, 12 years old. And that really took a toll on me. Going into high school, I was still into sports and stuff, but I was just kind of hanging with the wrong crowd. Started experimenting with drugs. By 18, 19, I was drinking. 21, I had got my first DWI. 4 years later, got another one. After that, after my second one, I was around 25. I met my ex-wife, and then I was blessed with my son, Liam. Got married by around 30 or so, and then by 35, we were going through a divorce, and I caught another one, and which is a felony charge. It's serious business. I'm lucky that I didn't end up in prison. I got sober after. I was still I didn't really learn my lesson, I guess so to say. I was still trying to drink and smoke and stuff like that, and I ended up going back to jail for failing a drug test. Coming out of jail, I got completely sober. I went, and then I met my ex-fiance. I went a little over 2 years completely sober, and then we split up in January of 23, and I had a small relapse. That breakup really tore me apart. I was real lost, I was just heartbroken, and I wanted to better myself, as much as I could. So I ended up, turning to God. I had watched a sermon on YouTube, and it changed my life. They did the prayer at the end where you accept Christ in your life. And so I'm just in tears, saying this prayer. And then several minutes after, sitting on my couch by myself, just bawling my eyes out, It was an emotional moment for me. But it gave me a sensation of renewal, I guess, you could say. About a month later, I'd been searching for a church, just kind of asking around and whatnot. And I was talking to my cousin Jessica about it, and she's like, "Well, why don't you come to my church? We've been going there for a couple of years. It's awesome. They have a great kids program. Your kids will love it." It's like, all right, let's do it. Let's try it. I felt really welcomed as soon as I came in. I just automatically knew that this was home. It was a place where I was meant to be. Kind of dove right in. I'd met Tim. He had stopped me at the door one day and complimented me on my hat. And me and him ended up grabbing breakfast, and he's really become a good friend of mine now. He asked me to serve as a door greeter. And of course, I was like, absolutely. So I did that a couple times, and then I did the starting point class, and then got baptized on May 6th of 23. That moment of him laying me in the water and bringing me back up, it was like another renewal feeling, And then Jessica asked me if I would she asked me if I would be interested in doing the media team. I was like, yeah, I'd love to do something like that, So I've been serving on the media team, and I've taken the starting point class, I've taken the growth class. I'm just kind of anything I can to better myself. God's brought me a long way in a short amount of time.
In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. He was with God in the beginning. Through him all things were made. Without him nothing was made that has been made. And that life was the light of all mankind. The light shines in the darkness, and the darkness has not overcome it. The true light that gives light to everyone was coming into the world. The Word became flesh and made his dwelling among us. We have seen his glory, the glory of the one and only Son, who came from the Father, full of grace and truth.